Get up my shot. Action! Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be talking about a very easy little technique that you can use in order to make better videos. Something that can have a really big impact on videos, cinematic videos especially, is having footage that is just dragged out for much too long. It can be a little bit boring. And of course you don't want boring footage, so one way to keep the pace a little bit is to use a little technique called a speed ramp. Now there's two ways that you can use a speed ramp, or I mean there's probably a lot more ways, but there's two ways that we have used it recently in some of our more cinematic videos. Specifically in our most recent camera bag commercial video that we made, we use speed ramps both in two different ways. So the first way that we use speed ramps is on long slow motion clips. And what that means is speeding up a little bit of the clip to give it a bit of a better pace. So for example, if you're filming something in 120 FPS, that can be a fairly long clip when it's slowed down in slow motion. So you want to kind of... Sorry, did you say something? If the clip is dragged on for too long during your video, it does just get a little bit boring. So what you can do is speed up certain parts to keep the pace. You can speed up bits at the beginning of the clip, throughout the clip, at the end of the clip. It doesn't really matter where you speed it up. You can use speed ramps to quickly get to the point or get to the focus of what you're trying to take a video of. This helps to keep the viewer's attention and it's just much nicer to watch. So to show you an example of this, we're going to jump over to Chris, who's actually in Premiere, and he's going to show you how to do that. Tap, tap, tap. Edit, edit, edit.
Alright guys, so now that we're in Premiere, we've got our clip here. This is the clip I've chosen and it's filmed in 120, and I'll just play it so you can see how slow it is before we do the speed ramp. So pretty slow the whole way around, and if we were just to put that in a video, yeah, just a little bit boring. So we're going to add a little bit of a speed ramp part of the way through this clip, and I'm just going to see exactly where. So I think we'll start at about here, and what we want to do is right click on the clip and go down to the bottom here and click on show clip keyframes, and we're going to want to click on time, remapping and speed, and that will allow us to see that on the track. So you're going to want to make this a little bit bigger just so you can see exactly what you're doing. And once you get to the point on the clip where you want to start your speed ramp, come over here and click the pen tool, or if you have the shortcut which is P, just tap P, and we'll click right here and then play through the clip so we can put the end point of the speed ramp, which I think we will do somewhere around like here. Let's put another one there, and then go to the selection tool, and literally all we have to do is drag up in this middle portion of the clip, and that speeds it up. Probably gonna need to go quite a bit faster than that. Let's see. Well, it's not too bad. Let's try that. We go a little bit faster, and then what we will do is we will smooth that transition out by clicking on these little icons here and just dragging to one side, and that will split them apart. And then we can just drag this little thing around which smooths out the transition a little bit, and we'll do the same to the other side. And that literally just makes the transition a little bit smoother, so it isn't going from extremely slow to extremely fast, it kind of gradually does it. So let's see how that looks from the start. And it speeds up and then slows back down towards the end. And that's pretty much it. Takes that boring feeling away from a clip when it's so long at 120 frames and just makes it a little bit nicer to watch.
And that's how you do that. Looks better, right? The second way that we like to use... I forgot what the video was about. So the second way that we like to use speed ramps is to tie together transitions between clips. So for example, if you're doing a whip pan transition, literally whipping from one clip to another, you use a speed ramp to link those two clips together. So basically you're speeding up the end of one clip and speeding up the start of the next clip, and then that blends together to be just much more cohesive. Cohesive?
Yeah.
Cohesive means like blending.
Similar.
Similar?
Slower.
I don't know why I use the word cohesive. I think blending is a much better word. So instead of like going between the two clips become one. You get me? Maybe I should just let Chris explain this part. Let's jump back over to him.
Okay, speed ramps that tie transition together a bit, let's do it. So here's our clip. I'm going to pick the in and out points. I'll start about here. Christina's going to put the bag on her shoulder, and then I'm going to whip out to one side. And there it is. So you're going to want to make sure that your out point is while there is motion in the clip. So in around about there. You don't want to wait till it gets to here and then put the point in, because the camera stops and that will ruin the transition. So let's put that clip on, and then we go to the next clip, which starts from a whip in the same direction, and we'll start it. Let's wait till we get some motion, and we'll start it about here, just when we're in a good flow, and then it's going to slow down there. Like Christina puts a little buckle on, and then it's going to speed out. Then it's going to whip out into the next transition, but we'll just create this one for now. So once again, what we want to do is right click on each clip, go down to show clip keyframes, and once again speed, and we need to do that on both of these clips so we can create the speed ramp. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to want to put points again where we want the speed ramp to start, which will literally be as I start the whip, right about there. Start there, and then I will change to the selection tool and simply just drag up once again until the speed of the whip is kind of where I want it to be. And you're going to want this to be quite fast, because you don't want a really dragged out transition. Let's see how that is. So that's pretty damn quick. I'm going to get rid of this audio first. And then I'm going to go on to the second clip and see where I want to stop the speed ramp, probably in around there. Going to again put my point and click my select tool, and then just drag up, and that will create the speed ramp at the start of the second clip. Let's see how that looks. Still a little bit slow, I think. Probably still a little bit slow. It completely depends how fast you want the transition to be, but let's try that. We'll join these clips together and give it a quick watch and see how it looks. So there we have a pretty seamless transition. Ideally, I maybe would have liked to have whipped a bit further on the first one, just so there's a bit more of the clip left, but still works the same. And then once again, we would just drag these little things out just to smooth out the transition, just ever so slightly. And now, as you can see, we'll watch it back, and we have a nice whip transition. Ideally that first one would have been a little bit longer, but add a little whoosh sound effect in there and you have yourself a pretty nice whip transition. Pretty clean and simple, and then you can continue to do this in the same direction if you want for a few more clips. Just don't do it too much because it gets a little bit repetitive, but that's how you do the whip transition with the speed ramp.
Does it still record? I'm a pretty girl, I'm stunning.
And he had like the coffee things shot, so it looks like she just went like the what changed for those retail sequences, because it's very simple. She went doing the bag, so it's a cut, but it's like what we did with the cut.
Why are you telling me about this now? So there you go guys, hopefully you learned a little something from this video, and maybe you can try out these techniques next time you're doing a video. We really enjoyed making that little video, from the filming to the editing, and we will definitely be making more videos like that using these techniques, and probably new ones too. So make sure and hit that subscribe button down below to stay updated with all our latest videos, and we will hopefully see you in the next one. See you in the next one.